Hey guys, Sam Mack here, back with another Terra Battle 2 video. Today we're going to be looking at how to SB farm. And so SB stands for skill boost. And how it works is every time a guardian activates a skill, there's a chance it'll level up either its U or its B level. So for example, if you look at Mew here, I've got his B level to 100% already. So once that happens, his U level will start going up. So you can't boost U until you've got B at 100%, and then once his U hits certain levels, like once his U hits 50%, you'll get a 50% reward, and this chance it's Power Pot. And when his U hits 100%, you get another reward as well. And in this instance for Mew, it's Ragnarok, which is a Z sword. So. That's the main thing I'm farming on him. Yeah, it's basically a free Z-class sword just for doing some farming. So, and I say just some farming, but it's a lot of farming. I was actually hesitant to make this video because I kind of find SB farming really boring, and I almost don't want to promote it. But a lot of people were requesting it, so I decided to make it and do it at your own. Excuse me. Do it at your own risk. Try not to burn yourself out on the game. Oh yeah, so the other thing I quickly want to mention, so your B level does something special as well. So one sec, how do I full screen his skills here? So if we check out Mew's skills real quick, so you'll see, I don't have them all unlocked here, but so like Peta Cut, for example, is a 30% chance to activate. Your B level gets added on your chance to activate. So as soon as my B level is 70, Petticut's now 100% chance to activate. So that's a huge increase to chance to activate, and it makes it basically once you're at 100%, or usually 90%, because I think 10's the lowest the skill can be. All your skills are going to activate every turn, which is really handy. Just makes them more reliable, makes you do more damage, makes you like the utility stuff more useful. So yeah, you'll eventually get this anyway, because how it works is, like I mentioned already, every time a skill activates, there's a chance of it being increased. But sometimes it's nice to farm it, and it just goes up a little quicker, and then you just have characters who are more reliable when you go. So we're just gonna jump in. Right now our guys are just normally equipped, like there's nothing special about it right now. So we're just gonna go in, and we're gonna go to chapter 4. This is my favorite spot to do it. People do it different places. If you want to do it a different way, talk to them. But this is my favorite place to do it. So we go in chapter 4, and we want to find a Jiro. Okay, so here's Jiro. Oh, why does he have 100 needles equipped? I think that's fine actually, because I think those will only hit in the pincer. But let's see if we have another one. Preferably you have a Jiro friend who doesn't have any damage. Okay. Anyway, we'll take in this guy. I'm not 100% sure on the pincers, but it'll give me enough time to show you guys anyway. But so there's two main things you want from Jiro. One is party frequency plus 50%. So that's basically the same thing as an extra 50% on your B level, but for every character in the party. So obviously it just makes it so your skills are proccing much more often, which is very useful. And Hobble Area 2, which is useful because it delays the enemy's turn by 1 turn. So you'll see more once you get in there, but basically we're going to be farming generators, and the generator runs away when the timer counts down. So if we keep the timer up higher, he'll just keep generating guys, and it'll give us guys to farm. So we're going to take him in. I'm still disappointed by this person for putting those 100 needles on him, but I don't know. If you're out there, please unequip those ASAP. Alright. So yeah, we're just loading in here. Okay, and so it's just chapter 2. It's on play mode. You don't want to do sync mode, because if you do sync mode, you'll be capped at level 20, which means you won't have all your skills, which means your skills will proc less often, which will make it harder to farm. So Okay, we can get as far as we wanted to there, but I blame the mountain treasure first. I still like to get all the treasures when I'm setting up for this. It's just takes a couple minutes, and I need nucleotides anyway, so yeah, let's keep going here. So yeah, we're just gonna clear out the level as normal. It's just basically starts off like you're just normally doing the level, and I'll tell you when it changes. Actually, I might as well tell you now because this might take a little bit. So the goal is going to be there's 4 generators in this level, and we're going to in this chapter, and we're going to try to kill 3 of them. Well, we're not going to try to. We're going to kill 3 of them, and then try not to kill the 4th one, and just farm guys off the 4th one. So just getting all the treasures we can on the way. Sometimes there's a hidden one down there. And so this is the first generator we're going to kill. So it goes down pretty quickly. Goes one down. And so this, yeah, so this takes usually like 10 minutes to set up, but then maybe not 10, but 10 minutes to explain and set up at least. 10 minutes to set up, and then you should be able to use it for like hours, really. And you'll see why. With some characters, depending on who you're farming with, you can do it indefinitely, but some characters have innate AoE, which kind of ruins it a little bit. And again, I'll show you what I mean once we get up here. So looking for treasures, and we want to kill this. All right, so this is the second of 3 that we want to kill. And again, looks like we lost a guy. Where he went. Looks like it was our Mew, actually. He must get caught on something on the map. But anyway, yeah, full clear. And I guess while we're clearing this, I should mention I've got a tier list of Union rewards that I'll post in the comments that kind of gives you a good idea to who's worth farming first. The people you want to 100% farm first, if you have them, are Harukari, Jody, and Shannon. And the reason is, I don't think I mentioned this yet, the lower the chance for a skill to proc, not counting like party frequency or your boost level, the higher chance it is for you to get a little skill boost off it. So you should see here, did anyone get a skill boost? So it might pop up, no, okay, no one got a skill boost that time. The lower chance there is for a skill to activate or proc, which means the same thing. The higher chance is for you to get a little boost off it. So okay, so I got caught all the way down here. Actually, let's get this treasure while he's by himself. Alright, so collect everyone else, and we're going to kill this one in the top left. It doesn't really matter which one you keep alive, I just usually go left to right, or bottom to left to right, I guess. So yeah, where was I? So, yeah, the less chance there is for a skill to proc, the higher chance there is for you to boost. So, with Harukari, Jody, and Shannon, they all have companions as unit rewards that are skills that have 10% chance to proc. So there we go. We saw skill boost on this one. So you'll see after the experience gets added on, I'll skip ahead here. You'll see union boost and sometimes skill boost as well. So Ivan's just went up to 10.1 from 10. So it's a slow grind, but we'll get in there anyway. So yeah, so back to those companions. So there's companions with 10% chance to proc, and so your goal is to have your characters having as many abilities as possible proccing each turn, and that just increases the chance of them getting a skill boost. So Harry and Shannon and Jody all have equipable ones. So there is also equipable ones that you can buy in the store. All the ones that are like plus elemental damage or plus elemental defense do count as skills, and they each have 30% chance to proc. So they're not as good as the Union Reward ones, but they do help out a little bit. So you'll see, I'm going to go to show you guys what I've equipped on my characters in a second, because we're going to switch it up for this last generator, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, so that was the last generator, and now we want to get ready basically in farming mode. So we're going to go and change the equipment we have on our characters, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. So anytime, in case you guys don't know, anytime you're in a story chapter, you can leave the story chapter and go in and change your gear. So you can change the Guardians as well. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to remove all our weapons except for on one spell blade. And I always do a spell blade, and it's because their range is based around themselves and not around the people they're attacking. So it makes them a lot more controllable that way. And there we go. Unequip this as well. Oh, she actually didn't have a main hand equipped. Anyway. Alright, so we only have 2 weapons equipped on everyone. We're also going to make sure that we unequip helms on physical attackers. And make sure that yeah, our mages only have helms equipped and not hats, because they give magic and attack respectively. So alright, so there we go. So you'll see we have all these anti-earth charms and anti-fire charms. We also have, these are the Harakari's heal angels, which are the 10% abilities. You'll see here mega heal. Oh, this one's 30%. I didn't know that. I always thought it was 10%. Is the Giga one? The Giga one's 10%, I think. If not, I'll be wrong about everything. Ah, the Giga one's 30% too. Okay, but there is a theory. So maybe Harukaris aren't as good as the Jody dolls, because so Jody dolls here is as well, and that is 10%. But the thought process is that people think, or the rumor, I don't know if it's been 100% proven yet, but if your character doesn't normally have a heal phase and you give it a heal phase, or even doesn't have to just not normally have it, if a character has both a damage phase or a normal ability phase and a heal phase, it seems like they're 2 separate roles to get skill boosts. So giving someone a heal who doesn't normally have a heal and adds on that extra phase seems to give you a better chance to proc skill boosts. And I don't know. Anecdotally, it's worked pretty well for me, but now I'm not 100% sure on that. So if it turns out not to be true, then I don't know. People just assumed and they were wrong, but there's nothing wrong with that. You gotta go by what you think you see before you can. Alright, so our goal is to get everyone around here as much as possible. And okay, we kind of lost Jiro up there. And then we want to. Okay, we didn't set this up right this time, but that's not a big deal. We're just trying to get everyone in position. So yeah, we have to do this fight. And so yeah, no one has weapons on except Velik right now. And so my whole goal here is to be able to clear the mobs out, but without damaging the generator too much. So we're going to just drag these guys over here and Velik up there. And so Velik has 3 row right now, so I'm just going to make sure she's always at least 2 spaces away from the generator. And the generator is going to take a little bit of damage, and that's because both the Shannons have innate AoE, and so that's why I just made sure that they aren't they don't have any magic equipped at all. Yeah. So it is slowly going to whittle down the generator, but it's not a huge deal because it's not very much damage. Oops, okay. And actually, let's do this. So see, no one here is really doing very much damage except Valak. But everyone's getting their skills to proc, which is the more important thing. And so this is similar to how it's going to be in the end once we're fully set up. But we're going to have a better setup here where we're basically going to guarantee where the guys are proccing, which will allow us to basically not have to move any, or we're going to have to move people one space instead of like 2 spaces to every turn. So yeah, as you can see, you've probably noticed Jiro, his hobble's been hitting the generator, so it's just been kind of extending how long this takes for this turn to go, because even though, so once the generator hits 0, he runs away. But even though his turn counter is higher, he still generates a guy every turn. So every turn we're attacking, and we are activating our abilities, and you should see, so after an attack here, there'll be, okay, it didn't happen that time, but a lot of times you'll see little skill boost things pop up. So afterwards here, you'll see there'll be in blue there, yeah, skill boost, and then skill boost, and then hopefully union boost on him because his skill's maxed out, and then union boost again, and skill boost down there. So the max you can increase in a single fight is 0.2%, so it's going to be very slow, but you're going to do so many of these fights that they eventually add up. Alright, so it gets a little trickier as more people, as more monsters or whatever kind of show up. But the main thing is we need to make sure that Velik is always as far away from the generator as possible. Well, not as far away as possible, but far enough away that she's not attacking it. And I'm actually not even really trying to get like the hobble set up here because we're better off getting fully set up before we do too many fights. So this can be the tricky part here is once the generator goes away, the spike traps come down. So when you're early on doing these fights and there's still a lot of mobs around, oh yeah, I didn't set that up properly at all. Kind of want to make sure you kill the mobs as quickly as possible afterwards so your guys don't get hurt too much by the spike traps. It's not as big of a deal if you have a healer in there or if you have the healing companions equipped. And you can always use items like it's pretty easy to farm like Phoenix Downs and other stuff like that. And Ghana and Cynthia have that raise all move. So, okay, so this is the more important thing. So, to get set up now, we're pretty close to set up. We're going to turn Magnet off, and we're always going to use what's his name? Kukurakin? Yeah, anyway. We're going to use him to kind of set up. So we know Cynthia and Ghana, in this case, are our melee characters. So we want Cynthia where she is, but we want Ghana up next to where GL is. So we're going to go like this. And this is pretty tricky. It's hard. I find the map moves so quick, it can make it really hard to get these guys where you want to. Okay, and I was off by another pixel, or another square that time. What we want is we want the battle box to be right in this corner here. We want it to end one lower, so that what's going to happen is guys are going to spawn in this corner every time. And we'll do another quick battle here, and then I'll get it set up properly. It seems like really tedious to set up, but once you get used to it, and once you just get set up once even, then you don't have to set it up again for a while, and it seems a lot less worse after that. So, yeah, so I screwed up there because I'm used to having that be a corner pincer, and this is how I normally set up, is with everyone along the top and everyone along the side. But because it's not a corner pincer, we're actually going to bring Bellic around up here, and she'll be able to attack there. So let's actually get Jiro out of here so he's not proccing on the boss, but we'll bring everyone else around. And so yeah, we're just going to attack and attack. And you want to make sure you have your fast forward mode on. It's in the top right corner there. Otherwise this will be even slower. But yeah, you'll see every round the generator taking about 8 damage total, so he will eventually go down, but it'll be very slow. I think he's got 8,000 health, so we should be able to get 1,000 turns in before he dies. Alright, so I'm going to fight the big shrimp. And then we're so close to set up properly that we should be able to set up properly next time. So just going to concentrate on killing this shrimp first because he's super annoying otherwise. And it's kind of tricky though because I only have one person who can really do damage right now, so hopefully he doesn't put her to sleep. And okay, good, he didn't put her to sleep. Sometimes I kill the shrimp first before I come up here because otherwise he's a little annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. Oh, oops. How can I move? Oh, okay, she's sleeping now. Okay, so now it gets annoying because my only character who does damage is sleeping. But let's try something here. Let's kill these guys real quick. Until Bellic's back up. And by kill real quick, I guess I mean kill real slowly since none of them have weapons equipped. Alright, so yeah, I probably recommend, it's been a while since I've done this way, I probably recommend killing the shrimp first because otherwise he's just really slow. But it looks like Valak's back awake now, so should be able to kill him in 2 turns once she gets up attacking him. Why didn't I pincer him that time? Preferably you double pincer him as well, but you can't since he's in the corner right now. Alright, let's finish him off. Double pincer available. And Velik's got the PowerPoint. So there we go, we got him. Alright, my goal is for this to be less than a 30-minute video, so we have 5 minutes left to get set up, and then alright, so again, you want to make sure you turn magnet off. I'm going to zoom in as much as possible, and then I'm going to finish getting set up here. So I like to have Jiro where GL is right now, so I'm going to drag him up a little bit, and then bring him across here. And then, okay, so we should be good now for basically the rest. So we're always going to end right here on our turn. We're going to move Cuckoo around, or whoever your spell blade is, you're going to move them around so they're right here, or if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. And then you'll see, yeah, so we got the spawn in the corner, we just move Kugan across, and then everyone attacks, everyone's in on the attack. Jiro's hobbles hitting the generator. We're killing the middle guy, or the spawn guy every turn, while meanwhile the generator is taking minimal damage. And then you just continue on this like this. So I'll go through 2 quick rounds, just so you can see the enemy attack as well, because it's a little bit different then. You'll see that's why I have all the AoE on Velik. But yeah, if you want to SB farm, this is what it looks like. Just moving a single character up and down for a long while. I'll admit the rewards are good, but if you value your time, I won't blame you if you don't farm it. But yeah, the main thing is just having as many abilities equipped as companions as you can. Have heals equipped as companions if you can. Have lower skill proc percentage abilities if you can, and then just set up like this and make sure you're not doing damage to the generator, and you'll slowly get skill boost. So let's see, so we should get skill boost. Okay, we got skill boost on everyone except Ivan that time. And got a few things. You'll get a lot of Mighty D's and a lot of Zapper D's as well from doing this. Alright, so the enemy, so there should be still quite a bit of enemies, quite a few enemies to come up. So we'll skip here. And so because we have the row 3 on Velik, we'll be able to take out basically everyone right here real quick. So this whole bottom row here should die. Sweet. And then we'll bring this guy down as well. And so you'll notice as well, I purposely left the gap in between Jiro and Ivan. And that's so people can slip in there and they can get extra pincers in there. I basically left a gap between everyone. Just so if guys show up, they will still be attacked. Though, if the board's clear and the generator's generating, it'll always generate in the top left corner if it's open here. The only time it might fill up once you're set up like this with something else is sometimes the power point will spawn up in the corner there. But because you have the spacing the way it is, you'll still get pincers on them even if that happens. And the way it's set up, the power point will get used that turn, so then it'll go back to normal. So this is my go-to setup this way right now, and it's got a lot of skill boost and union boost there again. Even though it's a shorter fight, whenever the enemy attacks, the generation starts at a 2 for a countdown instead of a 5. And again, so you just sit here and you line up the corner again, and you start again, and it just goes over and over like that. Once you hit someone's 50% or 100% U rewards and you don't want to farm them, it's like, so if you hit 100%, obviously you don't want to farm them anymore, or if you hit 50%, they don't have a very good 100%, you can switch them out just as soon as you go back to the map there, and it's your turn to move again. You can go back to the main menu and switch to someone else. So you don't have to like restart the map or anything. If you realize you have the wrong equipment or wrong companions, or you want to switch up weapons or something for some reason, you can do that in between fights. Really, once you're set up, until there's a new chapter, or until there's something else you want to farm in chapters, or if you kill the generator, which happens, but it's very, very slow, you're just set up to do this for a long while. So that's SB farming, and it's not too exciting, so hopefully I didn't bore you guys, but I know some of you guys wanted to see it, so hopefully this is useful to you. And yeah, try not to burn yourselves out doing it. It's the rewards are good, but as I said earlier, it's pretty boring. So I think that's it for this video, guys. If there's anything else you want to see, any other uh, tips or advice or guides you want me to do, let me know, and I'll try to do that. Just a heads up, I have a account giveaway going on right now. There's 2 accounts. There's separate videos for them. They're being given away Sunday the 12th of November 2017. So if you're watching this before then and you're interested in some very good accounts, go check out those videos and comment on them if you'd like the accounts. Aside from that, have a great weekend, guys. I know it's Remembrance Day here and Memorial Day or Veterans Day. Yeah, Veterans Day in the States. So thanks for the sacrifice for all our troops and veterans as well. And yeah, see you guys. Have a good one.